So, um, I am going to talk about Venus in Cancer. So, my best friend in the whole world actually has this, and I've learned a lot from that, but I'm going to channel it on a more global level. So, it's definitely not an easy sign. It's pretty difficult for Venus because Cancer is so guarded and defensive, and when that's put in the place of your heart and how you experience relationships, um, these people have a pretty difficult time allowing love to be an aspect of their life. They tend to feel that being in a romantic situation will be very vulnerable for them, and it's separate from sexual things. So their Mars could be all about getting it on with other people, but as far as like, real intimate romantic feelings, they almost don't want to develop it because they don't want to get hurt. But at the core, they really do want a relationship most of the time. Um, Cancer wants to be comforted and nurtured, but at the same time is really good about being independent, even though they might not seem like it. They're dealing with a lot of stuff on their own. So this is someone that doesn't necessarily need a relationship. They probably definitely don't feel like they need or want a relationship a lot of the time. There's just a certain like itch that they have of maybe I do want that. And they allow themselves to believe it for a second and then they shut it back off again. So it's a little bit difficult for them at times to really understand what they want out of a relationship and if they even want to be in one. And if they've gotten hurt at all, they're just going to double all their walls. They can be pretty icy. Someone could be heavily into them and they just will brush it off because they're not willing to venture down that road. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like I said, they're pretty comfortable within their own self. Cancer is a very inner sign. So all of those vibrations that come with, romance or however you want to define it, they're kind of able to generate internally in the beginning, by connecting with their own emotions and how they're feeling. Like they're there for themselves emotionally a lot of the time, and they are very guarded and protected of their heart because they do love themselves to a specific degree in that Venus Cancer way. I don't know how to describe it, but they've got this deep inner respect for their emotional body, and they're not going to just jump in a relationship and let someone ruin it. They aren't going to let people manipulate them and hurt them to the best of their ability. So they kind of just avoid that. They need someone who is incredibly patient and respectful. They are willing to go through these things, but they need someone that is kind of going to push the boundaries a little bit and then step back and then push and step back, but not run away and not break through. They would be better with someone that takes things really slowly, and has good intentions. These are really sweet people, and they're guarded because they know that there's so many bad people out there. So if you're a shitty person, they're not going to let you into their life. Don't even try. You need to have a certain amount of respect and maturity, and especially emotional maturity, to be with someone like this. They're going to recognize that right off the bat, and it's so easy for them to cut people out and break up and move on with their lives. So again, you really have to be patient and kind of like let them take the lead, but at the same time push them a little bit. Not a lot, mind you, like read the flow and everything, but sometimes they just need to be pulled out of their comfort zone and challenged a little bit, and shower them with love and affection. And eventually a little bit of it will get through and it'll stick and it'll create a little space in their heart, and you can keep trying that process and it will really heal them until you're fully within their inner circle. And when you actually can achieve that, they are the most warm, giving, loving, nurturing people ever. It's just that they do not do that with everybody. You have to earn their trust, and you have to earn their love, and you have to be consistent about it. Like, when they let you in there, they know it's because you're going to respect it over time. They are going to be observing you and watching you and feeling things out and going slowly, and they might need distance at certain times. They're definitely going to need to be introverted at times. Don't say I love you after 2 weeks. It's going to freak them out. You need to let the feelings develop and process. Cancer is the kind of sign, that if it's feeling an emotion, it's in their energetic body until they take the time to think through it and breathe and feel all of it fully, and then they can transform it into something positive. They're not the kind of people that if they get upset, you're like, okay, just get over it. Like, why can't you get over it? Move on. That's not how they do things. They need to cry, they need to feel, they need to breathe, they need to contemplate and ruminate. So in a relationship, it's going to take them a long time to develop true feelings, to understand that that's actually what's going on, to relate to that, to adjust to having someone in their life, to adjust to the new feelings that they're having. Like, they really need someone who's patient and slow and kind with them. And like I said, it's totally worth it. But this person's gonna turn away a lot of people that just really aren't worth their time. Which is a good thing. So don't worry about that. If you have a Cancer and Venus and you haven't had a serious relationship and you're like 30, like, don't worry about it. Everything's gonna happen in time. And Cancer, again, is one of those signs that's kind of like a late bloomer. It depends where it is in your chart. Like, Cancer suns are people that it takes them a while to fully understand who they are, because the sun is the ego, right? So Cancer and Venus, it takes you a long time to understand who you are as a partner, what you want from a partner, dealing with all of those feelings. You might have only had a couple serious relationships and they might not have worked out, and you might be closed off for the idea forever. If you are a Cancer Venus that wants love but has decided to just completely write it off because you've been hurt, I challenge you to open your heart, because as ironic as it sounds, the only way to fix a broken heart is to open it again. And that can be a really difficult process, but it's definitely worthwhile. If you get hurt, the only way to heal is to feel that love again, because that's what's happening, is you've cut yourself off from a certain level of love and sometimes self-love. And it's really important to reconnect with that at your own time, in your own space, when you're ready for that, if you want that, etc. But they also are really interested in long-term committed relationships. Like, again, as I said, the Mars thing is kind of different, and they might have one-night stands and hookups and stuff like that, and it doesn't really affect them emotionally. They can keep it separate. It obviously depends on your Mars sign. It could also be in Cancer, and then, no, it's not that situation. But they're not going to romantically just hook up with anyone and just get into random silly little relationships. If they really honestly engage in you and give you the time of day and go out on dates with you and start to make that kind of connection, you can pretty much guarantee that they're serious. They want something that's going to last their entire lifetime, and they will nurture it, they will protect it, they will guard it, they will love you with all of their being and just wrap you in this amazing embrace of acceptance and love. And they want to cook for you, and they want you to feel comfortable, and they will buy you so many nice things and do everything that you want and really make you happy. So if you're someone that isn't interested in a long-term relationship or a monogamous relationship or being truly committed to another person, then this Venus sign isn't for you. Like, don't waste their time and don't hurt them. because that's what they want most of the time. They want to feel safe and secure. They want consistency and reliability in a relationship. So the idea of having multiple partners or people all over the place or breaking up, like, that's messy to them, and it's going to make them feel really emotionally unstable. They want someone that they can come home to every day and there's some kind of routine about it, and they'll cook for you, and you go to bed in a certain way, and they keep the house nice. Like, they really want to create a positive environment for their partner to nurture themselves. There's someone that would really love a family. They would really be interested in sharing the responsibilities of having children or animals with their partner. As things got more developed, they love providing and buying clothes and food and everything for their kids and toys for their pets, and they definitely want to spoil their little creations, and it becomes a part of the relationship. But they want to develop a family more than anything and have a really beautiful home life with somebody. So again, like, if those are the things that you're interested in, then that's someone that has a good Venus match for you. If you're not at that level of emotional maturity or depth of connection, then it's not gonna really be that good of a thing for you. They really like people that are responsible and dependable and strong. They like the kind of parent figure, someone who can take care of themselves, so much so that they can take care of other people. That's Cancer at a really elevated aspect. Most of what is taught about Cancer and astrology seems to be pretty negative and repetitively the same things, but like calling them the mom or anything. But gender aside, Cancer wants to be a provider. It likes being a parent. It likes nurturing, and it's good at it. Cancer's a really good manager. It's good at creating finances. Cancer's really good at manifesting magic and resources, and it will give it to the people that it loves. So Cancer and Venus is incredibly generous as a person. It's someone that will buy their friends lunch all the time and get everyone really nice gifts for the holidays, and cook a nice meal and invite everyone over, and give you all the things that they don't need. Like, they're so giving and generous and nurturing because it makes them feel important and cared about and loved, and it's super emotionally satisfying to them. So if you are interested in someone like that, let them take care of you, let them nurture you and spoil you, and in return, they really just want loyalty and honesty and openness, patience, respect, that kind of a thing. So this is a really beautiful placement, and if you have this, just be yourself and don't worry about the media and society and how everyone's projecting on what relationships are supposed to be. Go at your own pace. It's okay to go slower. It's okay to think about it, and you don't have to jump into anything if you don't want to. It could take you your whole life to really understand what you need from someone, but relationships are just relationships, You have a relationship with everything, with yourself, with spirit, with all your friends and pets and your job and your interests. Having a romantic relationship is just one kind of vibration. There are so many aromantic, asexual people out there, and it doesn't make them, they're not missing out on anything, is what I'm trying to say. So if that's the kind of situation that you're in, which really aligns with this placement, then just allow yourself to be like that. And learn to love that aspect of yourself, because it's really freeing and it's okay, and everyone experiences love totally differently. Yeah, I hope this was a good video. I hope that this helped someone. All right, bye.